So I found this online, and I really just wanted to read through this in pure disbelief. I think it's okay to dislike characters, obviously. Like opinions are opinions. There's nothing wrong with your opinion on a character. But I see Jogo here, so I'm getting already kind of scared. And my boy Gato, so we're really about to see the takes they're about to have. Junpei. He didn't appreciate what he had, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? And okay, I'm skimming through this. I don't see any point pointing to the fact that okay. I'm not even gonna fight that. Mome Nishimiya was a thorn during the Kyoto Goodwill arc. Sorry? Like, I get not liking her. I get like thinking like she's kind of a lame character because all she does is fly a broom. But like saying that she was a thorn in what exactly? I don't remember her ever like interfering with anybody. In fact, I remember her being reconnaissance, right? Like she was recon. She was supposed to help people. Like, what do you? Ah, Mai Zinin needed to work some things out with her sister. What do you mean? What do you mean? Obviously, they had issues. They grew up in the Zinin family, the Zinin clan, dude. It's not exactly. Are we supposed to be like points to why they're hated, or just they like having goofy titles? I'm confused. I'm not gonna bother reading these because it's just I don't think there's gonna be any logic behind it. I have no narrative value. I mean, yeah, I guess that's at least a decent opinion, I guess. But also, they're not really meant to. They're supposed to fill out his little cult, right? And I'd argue they did in some ways. Getting blasted by Sukuna must have did something to Yuji's mental health, and I think it's supposed to show his power. I think actually, yeah, that's exactly like the way he just instantly kills him. I think that was supposed to elevate his power, which we all obviously knew, but we haven't really seen him in full action yet, like against powerless people. So I'd argue that's not true. I'm not like a huge fan of them. I think their techniques are kind of lame, but that's nothing special. Why is this? I'm gonna try not to get too upset here. Putting Choso on the most hated, disliked JJK characters, no matter how you spin it, you could dislike him. You could think he's overrated, but he's a good character, and I don't find anybody disliking this guy. Was initially planning to kill Yuji Itadori. Okay. First of all, he had no context. He just assumed some sorcerer killed his brothers because he loves his brothers. Even after finding out Yuji was his adoptive or step brother, he then wanted to protect his brother. He was a pure villain in the beginning. I mean, maybe. I guess you could argue in the Shibuya incident, he did like kill a bunch of innocent people, but he was also dealing with a lot when you think about it, guys. So I don't know why you're putting him in the most disliked. Toji Fushiguro wreaked havoc because he was paid for it. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point. He's a gambling addict who wanted money, left the Zenin clan, and got paid to kill Gojo. That's his character. What point is that? Why does that point towards him being a bad character? Okay, whatever. Toji's extremely difficult to like. Yeah, I guess personality wise, he's a little arrogant, whatever. But he also dies like immediately. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry. He was paid for it. I love that. Okay. Okay. Yorihime blindly supports anything Sukuna wants or does. Yeah, because he like took her in and was like her only like adoptive father ever. Would make sense why she would do that. Why is this pointing towards her being a bad character? And I'm not even gonna read this one. That's okay. Suguru Geto was once Satoru's friend, but no more. Yeah, that's the whole point of the arc. And why is this pointing towards him being a bad, like, or a disliked character? I guess I should stop saying bad, but like, why is this pointing towards him being hated? Yes, because that's the point of the character. Gojo raised incredibly above them in like power, and he felt alone. He felt like he was being left behind. Okay. Dagon was a serious aquatic threat to the JJK heroes. So why does this point towards him being hated? So the reasoning here is because he heard our favorite characters. Okay, I'm Hanami kept coming back like an unkillable weed. Yeah. Um. Why does that make him hated? Or sorry, him, her? I don't remember. To be honest, what gender they are. It's a female voice actress, so I don't know. But why does this make Hanami hated? I don't know anybody who hates Hanami. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Putting Jogo even at 20 is so incredibly. Nobody hates Jogo. And why is this a reason? Yeah, because that's a joke about his character. He is strong, but he only goes after the big kahunas. Can insolently. Yes, but why does this make him hated? Okay. Juzo was annoying and wrong. So powerful. To be honest, I don't even know enough about this character to care or even defend him. I just know it's probably some dumb take. Kokichi Mutsu betrayed everyone by making a deal with Mahito. I mean, yeah, because he wanted to see all his friends. Nobody hates Mekamaru, by the way. Like, it's kind of hard to find somebody who actually hates Mekamaru. Well, nah, I'd argue a lot of people hate him, but he did it out of desperation. Look at this guy. He looks like the guy from that one SpongeBob episode. Yes, he'd want a better body. If it immediately tried to kill Mahito, immediately, and then continued helping in the Shibuya incident. So, okay, whatever. Yeah, it's because in the higher ups' logic, Yuji is a major threat because he holds the most powerful sorcerer in history. I'd argue, yeah, he's a hated character, but what's this reasoning behind it? I don't like Principal. I don't remember. I don't want to say his name. I get hating him, but just I don't know enough about this character, so I'm not gonna say anything arrogant or ignorant. So I'm just gonna assume maybe some people don't like him because of this reason. But also, I just don't trust anything on here. Try to find two JJK fans who even remember who this is, just by name. It's kind of hard because he's such a nothing character and does nothing more than to hurt innocence. Yeah, he's. I'm really curious what their first place is. To be innocent and naive. No, no, he never pretended to be innocent or naive. He was acting arrogant and acted kind of like goofy out of arrogance. He wasn't pretending to be innocent naive. This isn't Chainsaw Man Reze arc where like, oh my damsel in this. I, okay, I'm just gonna. Kenjaku took over bodies and instituted the calling games. Yeah, he did do that. Why is that? Why do people hate him for that? It's just like hating him like because of his character, like as them as a person, or is it like actual fan? Because I don't think they ever did any actual research or checking with the community. Yeah, Sukuna massacred thousands with a grin on his face. Yeah, he's the antagonist of the story. I'm gonna open your eyes here. He is the antagonist. I think pretty obviously, yes, he's going to be not a good guy. And I argue too many people glaze Sukuna and like Sukuna way too much. I don't. This shouldn't have been named Jujutsu Kaisen's most disliked characters. This should have been. These are the list of the most delinquent JJK characters. The most that's not very nice type of JJK characters. You know. Mahito gleefully killed several fan favorite characters. Now, this. Yeah. I mean, that's a reason to hate him. I think this one's the only good take they've ever had. Ever put so far. Because I like Mahito as a character, but objectively, he's a terrible. He's not a person. A terrible curse, and there's reasons to hate him. And this is a decent reason, I guess. He did kill a lot of fan favorites, including Junpei, who's also on this list. So, yeah, he also killed Kento Nanami. I forgot about that. Yeah, there's reasons to hate this guy, I guess. Mahito isn't the greatest guy. So, I'm gonna make a crazy prediction. They only watched the anime. Because I see, no manga characters on here. So that means he did not see the Culling Games at all. I think this is all based on the anime, because there's a couple characters in the manga that you could really hate, man. So, let me look at these reviewers. My, YouTube started playing randomly. My mistake, gang. Yeah. I don't know what to say anymore, man. Yeah, this was, obviously, go back to the top. These people who made this only watched the anime and made whatever takes they have, I guess, because yeah, this was something special. This is different than anything I've ever done. I just wanted to try different stuff and really just get more into stuff I like researching about, so. Okay, I just thought about something while editing and went back to the article. There's so many characters just in the anime that you could add. Even if these guys didn't read the manga, there's so many characters in the anime. Meimei, who is a pedophile. Implied pedophile. There's actually a lot when you start thinking about it, man. I don't get this. This is a bad article. This is a bad article. And Naya's in it isn't here, but I guess this might have been only season 2. He created this in like 2023, I guess. I don't know. But that just proves they didn't read the manga because, yeah, 2024. If they read the manga, they know instantly to put Naya here. But, yeah. This was a dumb article. Thanks for watching.